Good morning. In this class, we are going to discuss about the Keynesian theory of income and employment. First of all, we should know how to restore the equilibrium point. Being economics graduates, you all know that how to restore the equilibrium point. By that is here equating the two market forces, one is demand and other one is supply. By that we can restore the equilibrium point. The same thing we are going to apply in the Keynesian theory of income and employment. Only by the intersection of aggregate demand and aggregate supply, we can restore the equilibrium point. So this equilibrium, how do we restore the equilibrium point? This can be explained with the help of diagram. See this diagram. What are the two market interactive forces? One is aggregate demand and other one is aggregate supply. By equating the two forces, E is the point of equilibrium. If we extend the equilibrium point up to the x-axis means we can measure the employment. Here we are going to discuss about what is meant by aggregate demand and what is meant by aggregate supply. Aggregate demand in the sense the entrepreneurs or industrialists, they want to appoint the laborers, they will provide the employment opportunities. After getting the employment opportunities, income will be generated. The income will be spent on what? Consumption of goods and services. This is called as what? Aggregate demand. How do we, that is here, determine the aggregate supply? The entrepreneurs, with the help of employees, they have produced certain level of output. By selling the output, they can get the receipt or they can get the revenue. So this is called as what? Aggregate supply. So by restoring the aggregate demand and aggregate supply, we can, that is here, restore the equilibrium point. Next one, suppose here we all know about that less than full employment and full employment. Less than full employment in the sense, let us discuss in the economy, 100 laborers are there in the sense only 75 laborers are absorbed by the company or a factory. This is called as what? Less than full employment, because we have an excess number that is 25. So by extending the number from 75 to 100 means we can attain the, that is stage of what? Full employment. That can be explained with the help of one diagram. In this diagram, x-axis measures real national income, y-axis measures aggregate supply and aggregate demand. C plus I, that is consumption income curve. Next one, C plus I plus G, consumption income and government expenditure. OS is the supply curve. How do we restore the equilibrium point? Already I told you, by equating the two market interactive forces, demand and supply, we can restore the equilibrium point. So E1 is the point of equilibrium, Y1 is the equilibrium level of income. Next one, already I told you what is meant by less than, that is full employment and full employment. So 25 laborers will be excess in the economy, no? That excess number will be absorbed by the entrepreneurs or industrialists in the sense the extra 25 employees are getting employment opportunities. Now the equilibrium point is extended from OY1 to OY2. That is the national level, the national income increases from OY1 to OY2. By introducing the government, that is expenditure, we can expand our level of national income from OY1 to OY2. This stage is known as what? Full employment. This is clearly explained by the Keynes when he explains the theory of income and employment. Thank you for patient listening so far what you have observed about the Keynesian theory of income and employment.